Train the muscles, not the joints.
Welcome back to A Natural Line Bodybuilding. Today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about what makes a real hero. What makes a real man or alpha or ideal humans is, I don't know, whatever you want me to come up with. But the bottom line is that there's something missing when a lot of people venture upon the physical fitness path. Right? There's something missing because a lot of times they see only the physicality of the body as the reason why they are training. And they're missing out on the real strength building process that's going on. Now, I'm reminded of this by some of the people who are following me on this channel, right? Some of the people who have went through absolute disasters in their life, whether it's accidents or different things or scenarios that have disabled their ability to be at the highest level of bodybuilding or muscle mass. But yet they still get up every day and meet the challenge of life and do it the best they can. And they are meeting it with 100% of who they are. Now, this might be one of the most profound videos I've ever made on this channel, because the truth of this is that who you are craves this meeting of life. Who you truly are. It craves all of the drama of life and says, I will meet it head on and be the superhero of my own dream, my own story, my own scenario, right? So if you think about bodybuilding and training, how many times has it not gone your way? How many times have you not met your own expectation? How many times have you felt badly about where you were at for whatever reason, but yet you still found the courage and the willpower to get up and go and meet the weights again and go through the pain, which again you had to meet, in order to get a certain result, or at least get the experience of life itself flowing through you? How often have you done that? Most likely you've done it a lot. Regardless of whether you were getting what you want or not. Maybe you weren't looking like Mr. Olympia, right? But you still chose to meet life anyway. And there are certain people that are following me on this channel that have superpowers in this. One guy I just had a consultation with yesterday. His name was Mike. And he had a horrible accident in his life and all sorts of things happened in his body, but he chose to still meet life anyway and go to the gym and work out and say, hey, I'm going to meet life even with my limitations and become the best version of myself that I can. But I want to say one thing. The best version of yourself, and this is why I'm making this video, the best version of yourself has nothing to do with muscle. That's one misunderstanding I want to clear up as you tune into this channel. I talk about muscle and I'm like mountain and all the, all this stuff, but the truth is the real strength that you're building is the ability to meet life regardless of what thoughts are going through your mind, what feelings you have, and what experiences are going on. You're choosing to meet life anyway, and that is what you are building. The ability to meet life, to be in relationship with reality. And it's like you're performing this ritual called the gym to prove this, to put your money where your mouth is. So what I get sometimes is people that tune into this channel or they talk to me and they sometimes have a subtle misunderstanding about how great that they are. And they're saying to me, they're like, well, I just want my kids, or I want people to be proud of me because I got in shape and I have some muscle and I look good. And all of a sudden I'm like, wait a second. Didn't you just have a horrible accident that happened to you? Didn't you just basically get to the gym when you couldn't even walk before and you overcame that obstacle? Like, what are you talking about? Make people proud of you. Everybody is already looking up to you as a hero, and yet you're going to tell me because your muscles don't look exactly the way they should, like some guy on the cover of a magazine, that you're not a hero, right? Understand this. Your heroism has nothing to do with how much muscle you have. This is just a game we're playing. You and I, we have an excuse to talk because we're talking the muscle game. But in the end, this is about you and me meeting. That's what this is about. I'm another form of life. You're another form of life. We're meeting. You know what I'm saying? And your ability to be intimate with life will bring you every blessing that you can think of. That's what this is about. You are gaining strength in the meeting of life. You are no longer a snowflake. You're like, oh, this is not meeting my preferences in my mind and my feelings are hurt. No, you are choosing to say, I don't care what the feelings are. I don't care what the thoughts are or the judgments. I'm meeting life anyway. This is a hero in my book. And some of you are superheroes. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Chris Darling, one of my Patreon supporters, he's one of them. This dude's went through more shit than any of us can even think of, and he still gets up and meets life. You know what I'm saying? This is what I want you to take from my channel. Not about like, oh shit, my arms aren't as big as Jason's, or maybe, oh, maybe I'm better than Jason. Maybe you are, you know, physically. But this is not entirely what this is about. This is not an ego contest. This is about how strongly can we meet life over and over again. This is where bodybuilding meets spirituality. I've talked about this a bit, but this, when you truly grasp what I'm saying, this will change the entire paradigm of your life. This is when you become a spiritual / bodybuilding warrior. You're saying, I am here and I don't apologize for myself. I am here anyway, regardless of the obstacles that are shown to me. This means you are indestructible. You are the mountain in a very literal way. You're timeless. You know what I'm saying? So as we talk about the different scenarios of how to gain muscle, how we talk about, you know, fat loss, all this kind of stuff, in the end, if you have insecurity come up, if you have some sort of like, I don't like the way I look, or whatever it is, or maybe you have frustration come up, you meet life anyway, regardless of what's going on in there. And you also meet life in a way that means sometimes you don't train. Sometimes you're like, oh, if I don't train, I'll feel guilty. Now meet the guilt and don't train because your body's telling you not to train. You know what I'm saying? This is where wisdom has grown. Because you're not following emotional or mental pain. You are following your ability to meet life, this heart self, the part of you that is indestructible, the part of you that has all the wisdom, that isn't following drama, it's just following absolute clarity. You are becoming clearer by meeting life. And through this relationship, you learn what is right and what is not right for you. That's what this entire channel is about. This is what I'm standing for. This is what I'm standing up for. And this is what I'm defending when I have arguments with trolls that say, hey, Jason, you're doing everything wrong. No, I am in intense relationship with myself and with this moment, and I have found that this is what's right for me. It may be different for you, but the relationship itself is sacred. So those of you who are fighting the fight, regardless of what results you're getting or not getting, you are a hero to me. That's what I look up to. That is what I admire. Having more muscle might be there, having less muscle, it doesn't matter. Muscle mass has nothing to do with heart. And when your heart is truly activated, not in an emotional, sappy snowflake sense, but in the truth sense, and you have the courage to be here and meet life over and over again, you are the real version of the mountain. So thanks for being that, because you set an example for the rest of the world of what we all should be. Mountain. So I hope this helps you guys out in your training. I know it will. And I look forward to seeing what your experiences are as you meet life as a part of your training.